Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You are knowing what you are wanting? Really? How can you tell? How can you tell that you have an active desire? Well, it's interesting because sometimes you have an active desire. You've put it together over time. You've added to it. You keep thinking of more pieces of it. You've created a vibrational version of it. It hasn't manifested yet. You can't see it or hear it or smell it or taste it or touch it. No one else can see it. But it's an active desire within you. And that means everything. Because life has helped you to focus your desire into being. And that's what creating is. It's where you take life that surrounds you, and from it you develop your personal preferences, your desires. You begin to clarify and identify how you like things. I prefer this more than this, and I don't like that at all, and I want more of this and less of this. That's what you're doing all day long. Life just keeps helping you to do that. So as you develop this desire, we want to call that desire already a vibrational reality. It hasn't manifested yet. You haven't stayed in consistent enough alignment with the idea of it yet for it to have manifested fully into your experience, where you can see it and hear it and smell it and taste it and touch it, and where others can too. But it is a reality that matters, that now you must find a way of lining up with. In other words, of being consistent about it. So as this desire now exists within you, you've launched it. Source has hold of it. Law of attraction is summoning to it. And all cooperative components are being gathered by your inner being, by the source within you, by law of attraction, because you are a creator. You get to choose these things, every detail of them. So here is this reality. Oh, it is a reality. It exists. But the question is, where is your mind? And what are your emotions when you focus in the direction of this reality, this creation, this desire, this becoming? So someone said, when we asked the question, what does it feel like to have a desire? Do you like having desires? What does it feel like? Well, it feels exciting, someone said. That means you are vibrationally up to speed with it. That means you're not doubting it. That means you are expecting it. That means you feel worthy. That means you understand the laws of the universe. That means life is serving you precisely as you knew it would. That you would sift and sort, and you would decide, and you would launch this vibrational rocket of desire that would culminate in a vibrational reality, and it would stay there carefully tended while you add to it by the source within you who is holding it steady for you. You created it. It is your creation, and it will come to full fruition for you, provided you let yourself receive it. Jerry wanted to write a book. He wanted to call it Turning Thoughts to Things, because he sensed this vibrational reality. He had watched enough people hold dreams and line up with them and manifest them. And he had also seen people hold dreams and not line up with them and never manifest them, just painfully speaking of their hopes and dreams and goals and wishes, and never get closer to them, because they didn't change their vibrational frequency enough to allow themselves to be in the receiving mode so that they could get on the trail of them, so that they could notice the clues, so that they could be in on the delicious all day, every day, becoming and unfolding of their own desire. And so Jerry began asking us questions like, how do we create our own reality? If it is true that we do, then how is that so? And we began explaining incrementally, day by day, that you are vibrational beings even though you don't know it. You are so used to looking at what you have manifested that you think all the power is in what you can see and hear and smell and taste and touch. And most of you, we love you so much, you know what's coming next. Most of you aren't that good yet at holding a vibrational frequency unless you are seeing it, hearing it, smelling it, tasting it, and touching it. And then there's stuff that you are holding as your vibrational awareness that you don't even want in your experience. And so we began talking to you about becoming better selective sifters, better focusers, more aware of how you feel while you look at that and that and that, making more lists of positive aspects and spending more time getting into the appreciation mode. But then life just happens around you, doesn't it? It happens to you, it happens to others. And do you know that almost everyone you know is offering most of their vibrational output because of what they are observing? And you're not that careful about where you look. So most have a sort of mixed bag of vibration, and you are doing extremely well. Have you noticed? You live in an environment where there is so much well-being. The balance of well-being is enormous in comparison with what has been pinched off and not allowed. And so you continue as individuals and as societies to thrive. But you didn't come just to survive. You didn't come just to move through time. You came as source energy creators into this leading edge time-space reality because you knew it would inspire you to your individual desires, your unique and important desires. And you knew that once you launched those rockets of desires, that there was a vibrational reality that had a point of attraction, and that the laws of the universe were going to respond to that point of attraction. And we're here to tell you that you have a choice, that while your desires are expanding and evolving and becoming, you have a choice of lining up with them or holding yourself forever apart from them. You can't stop creating them. You cannot hold your vibrational reality back. It was so important to us that you know that we wrote a whole book about it. We called your vibrational reality your vortex. It's where the vibrational version of everything that you want is. But you've got to find a way of tuning yourself to the frequency of that. When Esther first began receiving us, the way that she did was she and Jerry sat in meditation every day for 15 or 20 minutes. And as she quieted her own mind by focusing upon her breathing, she softened her vibrational attention to anything and everything. She felt detached. She couldn't tell her nose from her toe. And in that detached, non-focused, not focused upon any problems, not focused upon any reality, not focused upon any isness, not focused upon anything that was vibrating. In that detachment from those attentions, those ideas, her vibration, because of absence of resistance, began moving in the vicinity of us. She began to feel the familiarity. She didn't know what it meant. She didn't know who we were. We didn't give any words to her yet. She wasn't ready to receive them. She was not yet turning those vibrations into thoughts, into things like words. She just knew it felt good. She just knew it felt free. She just knew it felt right. She just knew it felt like home. It felt like being who she really is. And so they meditated every day for about 9 months, every day, feeling the vibrational alignment with that. until one day she began receiving motion from us. Now, we'd been offering her thoughts for a while, but she was really determined to release all thoughts, even the ones that she was receiving from us. So we had to get a little obvious with her. We began moving her head. She liked the sensation of that. She told Jerry it was like flying. She liked that feeling of being in complete alignment and moving in that way. And then one day, after several days of her head moving at our intention, she realized her nose was spelling letters like the alphabet. And then we were off and running. That was Esther's first turning thoughts into things. That was her first conscious awareness that someone who felt good to her was offering something that was manifesting into movement. It manifested into movement of her body, awkward in the beginning. She has videos, you will never see them. And then it began manifesting into conversation as Jerry would ask questions and Esther would receive answers. Esther was not conscious in the receiving. She's interpreting at an unconscious level. She could hear the words as they were coming out, like all of you can, but she didn't have time to ponder them because they were coming in a sort of stream or flow. It's what you're witnessing now. All of you have the ability to tune in to the frequency of your source and receive the clarity of that broader knowing. That's all that is